I've been wanting to make this video for a long time now because it's not like the Dow Jones. The Australian stock market has a different pattern, right? This pattern is very interesting indeed, and it's since I started creating RS Wave, I've always wondered about this pattern, and I believe that I have it now, sort of an understanding of what it means, and it also indicates that we are going to see a move down soon. It's going to be pretty big. I believe that we are at the end of a five-wave move that started in 1987 after the crash. Now, it's my understanding that yes, we are in a long-term zigzag pattern that's an ever expanded type 2 pattern, as you would get in an exponential stock market type chart like the Dow Jones. I believe that the ASX has seen a lot of uninterrupted growth over the years. You could also say the same thing about the Dow Jones, but the pattern is not exactly the same. Now, I believe that what happened here is we had a small wave one, a very small wave two, a wave three up until the 2008 era, and then due to alternation, we saw a long wave four, right? A long drawn out choppy wave four that went A, B, C, D, E, with the corona wave being an E wave. Now, the thing that makes this interesting is what's happening at the highs here. This is the fifth wave, and I'll go to that now on the 4-hour chart. So unlike the Dow Jones, where this pattern created a D pattern, a D wave, well, the Dow Jones it's a lot bigger chart, and there's a lot more going on there. With this one, it's a simple end to a zigzag pattern, I believe. And look, the thing that will really confirm this is what happens after, because a correction does not start with a five-wave move down. Okay, so if this is eventually to be proven right and accurate, they would need to see a pretty sharp five-wave move down, which should be pretty severe, like a larger version of a 1987 crash, right? So we had a 1, 2, 3, and I believe 4 came after that, and now we're in a weak five-wave move for wave 5. Okay, so I pay attention to the corrections. That's what helps me do my analysis. Here we had a wave 1, 2, 3. The 3 ended here, small wave 4, and then a 5. We had an A, a B, a C, a D, and an E, right? Yes, it was kind of weak to start off, but it's the only count that doesn't basically break the rules. But the AUS 200 chart has a new low here, which to me just changes the five-wave move in the end. But that's fine. In this particular case, I'm sticking with the all ordinaries, which is the main chart that we use here rather than the futures. So what happened then is we had a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4 at this point, and now we're in basically the fifth wave. So you can see we've had wave 1, 2, 3, and I have my projected targets here based on basically the length of wave 3 to be the longest point. So the same length as wave 3, I projected, well, it does need to make a new high to be an official fifth wave, but then it also is the length of wave 3 to be the longest possible wave that it can become. So therefore, I have this area here that I believe it will go to. And if it does exceed it, it probably won't be by much. But I do believe there is just a little bit to go. Like if it's at 7737 now, I think that it'll only go to 8166. roughly. So, like, roughly a 400 or 500 point move potentially. But the thing is that this is so different than the Dow Jones, and yet it's still indicating a top. Um, in the Dow Jones, it still probably has a little bit of a leg up, but the S&P definitely has a bit of a leg up because it hasn't even topped yet. So that's my view on this chart. I thought I'd share it. Where will it fall back down towards? We don't know. There's no rule to say this can't go basically back down to, I don't know, the top of, where the 1987 crash started. You could look at it like potentially like support becoming resistance. Sorry, resistance becoming support. But I like to take the view of corrections coming down to the previous wave 4 of wave 3, which is where I've marked the line. Previous wave 4 of wave 3, to me, it's a very important area. Now, I'm not an Elliotician. This has been my personal observations when researching the waves, and I believe firmly that the previous fourth wave of wave 3 is more important than just the previous fourth wave, like Ellioticians suggest. So that area is just a very interesting point on this chart because you can see a lot of price action around it. Resistance becoming support, but I believe that sort of happens more than once. So in a case where we're looking for a move down, where would it end? I would say around that area potentially, with a potential drop of 70% incoming in the Australian market. Wouldn't be surprised if the Dow Jones dropped 70%, but I say 50%, just for argument's sake, not to be too bearish. But look, we don't know how low these things can go. But I do believe that after this happens, we will see a massive move up in all markets, and a bull market will ensue after that. So I just thought I'd share that. Thanks for watching.